Welcome, my friend. If you're over 60 and you want to stay strong, steady, and independent, you are in exactly the right place. Here's a fact that might surprise you. Falls are the number one cause of serious injury for older adults. But guess what? Falling is not an inevitable part of aging. Today, I'm going to share 7 powerful walking secrets used by older adults who stay confident on their feet. Secrets that doctors wish more people knew. Stick with me until the end, and you'll walk away, literally, with simple steps that could protect your freedom and keep you moving for the life you deserve. There's a woman I think you'll see a little of yourself in. Her name is Margaret, and her story is one that still echoes in my mind whenever I talk about staying strong and steady with age. Margaret was 75 when everything changed. She had lived her life with energy and independence, the kind of woman who insisted on mowing her own lawn, carrying her own groceries, and chasing after her grandkids without a second thought. Her days were filled with simple, joyful routines. A walk to the mailbox, a stroll through the local farmer's market, tending to her garden with careful hands that had raised a family. Then, on a quiet Tuesday morning, a small misstep on a slightly uneven sidewalk sent her crashing down. It wasn't a dramatic fall. There was no screaming, no crowd gathering, just Margaret, sitting on the cold pavement, stunned, her body aching in ways it never had before. The x-rays showed a fractured pelvis. The doctor spoke gently but firmly about the long road to recovery. Her daughter began whispering about assisted living options. Margaret, always so vibrant and stubbornly self-reliant, sat quietly and listened. But inside, she felt the deep fear that many feel but rarely say aloud. Was this the beginning of losing everything I loved about my life? For a few weeks, Margaret wrestled with that fear. Then she made a decision. If walking had betrayed her, she would learn to walk differently. If her body had weakened, she would find a smarter way to move. Through persistence, expert advice, and a few life-changing adjustments, Margaret didn't just heal. She became stronger, more confident, and more alive than she had felt in years. Today, she enjoys long walks by the lake, takes fitness classes with friends, and most importantly, she trusts her own body again. Margaret's transformation began with 7 simple secrets, small changes with big power, and today, I'm honored to share them with you. If you truly want to change the way you move and protect yourself from the hidden dangers of falling, it all begins with one thing: your posture. Now, most people think of posture as just standing up straight, like something your teacher used to scold you about. But good posture isn't about looking rigid or stiff. It's about building a stable foundation that makes every step safer and every movement more powerful. As we get older, it becomes surprisingly easy for our posture to slip without even noticing. Maybe it starts with a little rounding of the shoulders. Maybe the head dips forward a bit when reading or working around the house. Over time, those tiny changes add up. The body shifts out of balance, and walking becomes riskier without us ever realizing why. But the good news is that fixing it isn't complicated. You don't need hours of exercises or fancy equipment. You just need the string trick. Here's how it works. Imagine there's a string attached right to the very top of your head, pulling you gently straight up toward the ceiling, not yanking, not forcing, just a soft, steady lift. As you visualize that pull, you'll feel your chin draw slightly back instead of jutting forward. Your neck lengthens, your shoulders naturally fall away from your ears, your chest opens up, making breathing easier. Your spine elongates, stacking one vertebra on top of the next like sturdy building blocks. When you start walking with this new awareness, this upward lift, everything changes. Your center of gravity stays aligned right over your hips and ankles, exactly where it needs to be for maximum stability. Margaret told me that when she started using the string trick, it felt awkward for a few days, like wearing a new pair of shoes. But within a week, it became second nature. She no longer felt like she was bracing herself against falling. She felt like she was moving forward with purpose. Science agrees with Margaret.
2009 experience. Studies show that upright posture improves reaction time, enhances step strength, and even boosts confidence levels. People literally walk faster, stronger, and happier when they realign their posture. So today, before you take your next step, pause for a moment. Feel that invisible string lifting you. Let your body adjust naturally. And know that with every small adjustment, you are building a safer, stronger future, one beautiful step at a time. Now that your foundation is strong, let you 2019 move on to the next secret, where we plus you 2019 LL fix something almost no one thinks about you 2014, how your foot actually meets the ground.
Now that your posture is set strong and tall, it's time to focus on the next secret to walking safely and confidently, how your feet touch the ground. Because believe it or not, the way you step can either protect you from falls or slowly invite them. Most people don't even notice it happening. A little heavier step here, a small shuffle there. Sometimes it's the stiff shoes, sometimes it's just habit, but heavy, careless steps rattle your balance system. They send shock waves up your legs and spine, making you slower to react if something unexpected happens. A crack in the sidewalk, a loose rug, a missed curb. That's why I teach something simple but powerful. The foot whisper technique. Picture yourself walking into a room where your newborn grandchild is sleeping peacefully on the floor. How would you move? Would you stomp across the room? Would you shuffle loudly with dragging feet? Of course not. You'd walk softly, tenderly, paying attention to every inch of ground beneath you. And that's exactly how you should walk every day. Lead with a gentle heel strike, then roll the weight smoothly across your foot to your toes. Let your body glide forward naturally, like a leaf drifting along a calm stream. Stay light. Stay aware. Margaret, who you met earlier, told me she had no idea how heavily she walked until she tried this. The first day she practiced the foot whisper, she said, "It felt like I was learning how to walk all over again, you 2014, but this time with love instead of force." Within a few weeks, her knees hurt less, her hips moved more easily, and her walking became something joyful again, not something she had to brace herself for. And it's not just her experience. Research shows that light, intentional stepping improves muscle memory, enhances brain-body connection, and significantly reduces this fall risk in older adults. But what matters even more than the science is the message you send to yourself with every soft step. My body deserves care. My journey deserves respect. I walk through life gently, but with strength. So starting today, I invite you to practice this. Pretend every floor you walk on holds something precious. Move like you're protecting that treasure, because the truth is, you are. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting your freedom. You're protecting your future. Now, with light steps guiding us, let's move forward to Secret 3, where we'll awaken the hidden powerhouse that stabilizes your entire body. If you truly want to walk with strength, balance, and confidence, you must understand one important truth that many people overlook. Balance does not start in your feet or even your legs. It starts deep within your body, right at your core, the hidden center that quietly supports everything you do. This leads us to secret number 3, which I call zip up and move, a technique so simple that you might be surprised how much of a difference it can make once you start using it every day. As the years pass, most people begin to let their core muscles go soft without even noticing it. Instead of engaging the midsection for support, they allow their bellies to sag forward, shifting their weight out of alignment and forcing their lower back, hips, and knees to work much harder just to keep them upright and moving. This unconscious habit doesn't just waste energy, it quietly weakens stability and makes every step more dangerous than it needs to be. Fortunately, reactivating your core can be done in a way that is natural, gentle, and requires no difficult exercises or special equipment. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine there's a zipper running from your lower belly button all the way up to your chest. As you breathe in, picture yourself slowly zipping that zipper upward. Not hard, not bracing, or holding your breath. Just a soft drawing inward and slightly upward, creating a light but steady feeling of support deep inside your torso, like gently tightening the strap of a backpack around your waist. When you use this zip-up technique, your entire body begins to change without any force. Your spine naturally stacks itself into better alignment. Your chest opens, your pelvis stabilizes, and your center of gravity locks securely right over your feet, exactly where it should be for the safest, most balanced walking. Margaret, whose recovery journey you heard about earlier, shared with me how surprising it was to feel that inner strength returning. She told me, "I thought I needed to strengthen my legs, but I realized it was my center that needed to wake up." Within weeks, this simple core engagement practice made her feel like her body was moving as one strong, coordinated unit again, rather than pieces working against each other. And the science fully supports her experience. Numerous studies show that gentle core engagement practiced regularly leads to faster reaction times, steadier strides, better posture, and a significant reduction in fall risk. A strong core does not just protect your back. It anchors your entire walking system from within. The beauty of the zip-up method is that it can and should become second nature. Before you take a step, pause and zip up. Before you rise from a chair, zip up. Before you step off a curb or change direction, zip up. Soon, you will no longer need to think about it. Your body will remember, your balance will sharpen, your confidence will quietly rise with every step you take. And most importantly, you will have reclaimed a piece of your natural power. The strength that aging cannot take away unless you allow it. Now that your core is activated and working for you, not against you, let's move forward to Secret 4, where we will bring back the beautiful natural rhythm of your arms to make your walking even more effortless and free. If you've ever watched a young child running across a playground or an athlete moving effortlessly across a field, you'll notice something important. Their arms are always part of the movement. Their arms swing naturally, rhythmically, effortlessly, creating a beautiful balance between the upper and lower body without them even thinking about it. As we grow older, however, we often forget about our arms. We carry bags, we brace against the cold, we clutch railings, and slowly but surely, we lose the natural, instinctive swing that once made our walking easy and stable. Instead of flowing with our steps, our arms stiffen, hang awkwardly by our sides, or even cross in front of us, all of which silently increase instability without us realizing it. Secret number 4, confident arm flow, is about bringing that natural movement back and letting your body work as it was always designed to. Think of it this way. Imagine you are walking along a beach and your hands are brushing softly through the air behind you, as if moving through invisible water. Feel that sensation. Smooth, easy, relaxed. Your elbows stay gently bent at about 45 degrees, not rigid, but comfortably loose. Your arms swing straight forward and backward in time with your legs, never crossing over your body, never tensing up. You are gliding, not fighting gravity, not resisting your own natural momentum. This visualization, moving water behind you, helps to unlock that forgotten rhythm inside you. It reminds your body how to find its center naturally without strain or overthinking. It connects your steps to your spine, your core, your shoulders, and even your breath, all moving as one harmonious unit. Margaret shared that once she allowed her arms to move freely again, everything about walking changed for her. She no longer felt like she had to work so hard to stay balanced. She felt lighter, more coordinated, and even said, "It made me feel younger, like I got a little spring back in my step without even trying." Modern research supports what Margaret felt. Studies have shown that a natural arm swing improves walking efficiency by up to 10%, reduces the energy cost of walking, and most importantly for seniors, enhances stability during unexpected challenges like tripping or turning quickly. You don't need to practice this with strict drills or tedious routines. You only need to remember the feeling. Brushing water softly behind you as you move forward. Feel the movement originate from your shoulders, flow down your arms, and extend through your fingertips in a relaxed, rhythmic sway. Walking is not just about getting from one place to another. It's about moving through life with ease, with balance, and with a quiet strength that others can see before you ever say a word. So today, I invite you to give your arms permission to move again, not stiffly, not self-consciously, but naturally and joyfully, exactly as they were meant to. Now that your upper and lower body are working together again, let's move on to Secret 5, where we'll strengthen the part of your body that meets the earth with every step, your amazing feet. When it comes to stability and confidence in walking, we often focus on what we can see, our shoes, our posture, the way we move our arms. But sometimes the most powerful changes begin in places we rarely think about, like the soles of our feet. Secret number 5 is what I call the barefoot breakthrough, and it taps into a hidden strength that many people don't realize they have lost. As we get older, our feet often grow weaker, not because of age alone, but because of the way we have treated them, wrapping them in thick cushioned shoes that shield us from feeling the ground. Over time, the thousands of nerve endings in the bottom of the feet grow dull. The small muscles that used to instinctively adjust to every crack, pebble, and slope become lazy and disconnected. Without that constant feedback to the brain, every step becomes just a little less certain. But here's the incredible part. You can reawaken those nerve endings. You can rebuild that communication between your brain and your feet. And you can do it safely, simply, and effectively by practicing barefoot walking indoors. Start small. Choose a soft, secure surface, a carpeted floor, a yoga mat, or even a sturdy area rug. Remove your shoes and socks. Stand quietly at first, letting your feet feel the ground fully. The texture, the slight temperature changes, the natural shifts of weight from side to side. As you begin to walk, keep your movement slow and mindful. Focus on letting your heels, arches, balls of your feet and toes all participate in each step. Imagine you are gently waking up an old friend who has been sleeping too long, speaking softly through every contact with the ground. Margaret was amazed by how quickly her body responded. At first, her steps were hesitant, her feet almost clumsy. But within a few weeks, she noticed her balance improving not just when barefoot, but everywhere, on sidewalks, in grocery stores, even stepping off curbs. She said, "It was like my feet and my brain started talking to each other again." Scientific research strongly supports what Margaret felt. Studies show that just a few minutes of barefoot walking daily can improve proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position and movement, while also strengthening the tiny muscles that stabilize the ankles and improve overall balance. Of course, safety always comes first. Clear the walking area of obstacles, move slowly, and never walk barefoot on slick or unstable surfaces. Think of barefoot walking not as a workout, but as a form of gentle re-education, a daily conversation with the ground itself. Each barefoot step you take tells your brain, wake up, pay attention, stay connected. Each moment of awareness builds a stronger, smarter walking pattern that protects your freedom and your independence. Now that your foundation is more alive and engaged, let's move on to Secret 6, where we'll adjust the way you set your feet down to instantly make your walking safer, stronger, and more secure. Sometimes the most powerful improvements in balance come not from working harder, but from moving smarter. Secret number 6 is about creating a solid internal structure that keeps you steady through every step, the shoulder to hip line. Imagine for a moment that your shoulders and hips are connected by strong yet flexible bands running diagonally across your torso, forming a perfect X. As you walk, these bands keep your upper and lower body moving together in harmony, not twisting apart. When you maintain this alignment, every turn, every pivot, and every step becomes smoother and more stable. Without this connection, it's easy to fall into habits that put you at risk. Twisting your shoulders faster than your hips, turning your head sharply without moving your whole body, creating moments where your balance wobbles without warning. Margaret, who had often rushed through daily tasks without thinking, learned to imagine these invisible bands every time she moved. She told me, "It felt like my whole body became a single team again, instead of different parts trying to catch up with each other." Holding your shoulder to hip alignment is a simple, graceful way to stay grounded, upright, and in control. Now that you've connected the upper and lower halves of your body into a strong, moving unit, we're ready to move to the final and most life-changing technique, mastering the hidden moments between each movement. There is a secret doorway between safety and risk, and it opens at every transition we make. Secret number 7, the pause principle, teaches us how to step through that doorway wisely. Most falls don't happen during long, steady walks. They happen when we shift too quickly, rising from a chair, stepping through a doorway, turning to answer a call. In those fleeting seconds, our balance system needs time to catch up, to anchor us before the next movement begins. The pause principle is beautifully simple but profoundly powerful. Before any transition, insert a conscious, gentle 3-second pause. In that brief moment, you do 3 things. You engage your core softly, like zipping up invisible support around your middle. You focus your eyes firmly on where you're about to go. You breathe, grounding yourself fully in the present moment. Margaret described the first time she used the pause principle while stepping through her narrow hallway doorway. Before learning to pause, doorways had felt like tightropes, quick shifts, sudden turns, shaky footing. But when she stopped, centered herself, and then moved, she regained her confidence one doorway at a time. She told me, "It wasn't just about balance. It was about taking ownership of every move I made." Research shows that older adults who practice intentional pausing cut their risk of falls almost in half. It's not about moving slower forever. It's about moving smarter, especially in those precious moments when attention matters most. From now on, wherever life takes you, across a room, across a park, across your own front porch, remember to give yourself those 3 quiet seconds. They are not a delay, they are a gift, a moment of strength, clarity, and grace. Let's quickly review the 3-point gaze, heel-to-toe walking, core engagement, natural arm swing, foot awakening, hip-to-shoulder alignment, the power of the 3-second pause. 7 simple changes, 1 incredible transformation. You have everything you need right now to walk stronger, steadier, and freer than ever before. You don't have to settle for fear. You don't have to accept unsteadiness. You have the power to change how you move and how you live. If you found even one secret helpful, please like this video, comment below, and share it with someone you love. Let's help more people walk with pride and confidence again.